On this Wednesday evening, got a lot to cover tonight, including the tabloid tumult over the marriage of John F.
The most trusted name in news.
All right, Princess Diana is coming back from the dead in a future Marvel comic. It's true. The X-Statix comic book will portray her as a resurrected mutant in an ironic commentary on the power of fame. That's her sort of. I don't know if you can see it on that video, that graphic. If we can put it up again, that's her sort of right in the middle of the screen. There she is. There's outrage, and well, let's just say I think Buckingham Palace will stick with Richie Rich for now. Meanwhile, Marvel's publicity department is happy, and the X-Statix writer has proven his point that Princess Di wields formidable powers even after her death. Joining us now is Ron Hill, manager of the Manhattan branch of Jim Hanley's Universe, a comic book store here in New York. Jim, thanks for being with us, Ron.
Hello.
All right, so first of all, what is this comic book, X-Statix, and why is Princess Diana in it?
Well, X-Statix is a comic book about a team of superheroes who are, have PR agents, and have their costumes designed by Madison Avenue.
And it's an offshoot of the X-Men.
It's an offshoot of the X-Men.
So it's basically, they're not just mutants, but they're mutants who have gained celebrity because they're mutants.
Yes. Now, in the X-Men films, the X-Men are hated by the general public. X-Statix have sold out and are embraced by the general public.
So why Princess Diana? How does she fit?
Well, the writer, Peter Milligan, he felt like in his country, she represented celebrity, the greatest celebrity of all. In the UK, and the theme of X-Statix is, it's all about celebrity and,
she's the ultimate symbol of celebrity.
Yeah,
celebritydom.
she's in the UK.
In the UK. Now, is there, and that's where the author of this comic book is based.
Peter Milligan's a British comic writer.
Okay. Now, is there any information yet about what her powers are going to be? I mean, everyone on the comic books has powers often.
They're pretty tight-lipped about that right now.
What do you envision?
You figure she would be able to heal the sick and feed the hungry and, be like Wonder Woman but more compassionate.
Now, are they any of the other royals going to, is Camilla Parker Bowles going to show up as a villain in this thing?
They haven't said that yet.
Okay.
Apparently Spider-Man's going to show up.
Oh, really?
Yeah, he's going to show up somewhere in this first issue.
There are some who say, look, this is just, crass publicity. This is just an attempt to, we're talking about this comic book. We probably never would have talked about this comic book otherwise. What do you think?
Well, it's fantasy, and Marvel Comics always resurrects their characters. Comic book characters always come back from the dead. They killed Superman, he came back 6 months later. And because it's a kind of a pointed satire of media and how it's exploitive, it's kind of a cruel trick to use Diana, which is going to outrage many people to sell this cruel trick.
We have a quote from the author, and we're going to put it on the screen here.
Okay.
It says, quote, "At a glance, Diana may not resemble the flying, teleporting, lethally oscillating characters that populate my comic, but the strange power she exerts from beyond the grave certainly makes her a valid subject to explore, and of course she looks great in spandex."
Well, I haven't seen her in spandex yet, so I don't know.
Right. But do you think this is an appropriate, you think because of the nature of the comic, and this is really a comic book not geared toward, 8-year-old kids. This is a comic book geared toward older teens and adults, really, as many comics.
And I think it is appropriate. I think it's a little controversial. It certainly got the news media ablaze, but it fits in with the point of the comic. That it's about how power corrupts and superheroes who are celebrities, who exploit that for their own personal gain. So it's kind of like Marvel's exploiting Diana's legacy, but it fits in thematically
this
with the work.
hasn't hit the comic stands yet.
No.
Coming out in a couple months, we imagine.
Yeah, this is coming out in a few months.
All right, Ron Hill, appreciate you joining us. It was interesting. Thanks very much.
Thank you.
Stay there for a minute. Well, what's happened?